The freedom to own the beach or to walk on the beach? You know, this is a really interesting question because as an advisor, I get into these conversations with clients where they start dreaming and they start talking about some things that they're looking forward to do. It often happens when you're becoming more successful. You're earning a little bit more than you ever dreamed you might. You're creating a new future for yourself, for your family, and you start thinking about the potential to own a place on the beach. And you're like, oh, we've always wanted this beach house. We've always wanted a beach condo. I was actually having a conversation with a couple who I love dearly, great friends, great clients, and they're talking about buying a place in the Caribbean. And we're talking about it, and I'm like, listen, what do you love most about the Caribbean? And they start describing freedom. It's all the freedoms of walking along the beach, hopping into a local bar or restaurant, grabbing some chips and salsa and a beer, and just relaxing. It's the feeling of freedom you have from walking that beach. And I asked them the question, I said, are we trying to own the beach? Are we trying to walk the beach? There's a difference. What's the average price of a home in an area like that? Well, average is minimum of $500,000 to even be in the ballpark of having something that doesn't blow down when the wind blows in a hurricane, right? And so now you have to think, am I extending myself too far? Am I overextending? How many times a year am I going to go? What are the things I'm aiming to get out of this? Most people just say, okay, what's your dream beach house? They write it down. Great. We'll work towards that. I want to know if that's really what you're working towards. I want to actually understand it. And the truth is, it makes me think as well. You know, what is the benefit of walking the beach versus owning the beach? Now, if you can have both, and you can clearly have no problem. We've had lots of clients that have bought beach condos or beach houses, and they don't worry about whether or not the lights are on at that place, or whether or not they have cable, or they heat and air condition it all year round. It's not a problem for them. It's not stopping them from doing what they're going to be successful at, and they're going to own it, and they're going to walk the beach, and the freedom's not going to make a difference. But what most people do is they stretch, and they're super tight, and they own the beach, but they can't walk free on the beach. And the reality is, that's what I want to help people not do. I want you to understand that what the truth of the matter is, the more questions we ask, the more we often find that what you're searching for is that freedom of walking on the beach, feeling free to walk into that local restaurant or bar, feeling free to laugh with whomever's around you without any worries at all. And when you go back to your hotel room or the Airbnb or VRBO or whatever it is that you rented and you leave, you come back again and the same freedom's there. A lot of times when you buy it, you're isolated to the place you have to stay. You may be spending more than you're comfortable with. And the key component is more stuff on our shoulders. It's more things to worry about. Less freedom most of the time. So I challenge you, as you think about this, is your dream to own that place? Is your dream to have something on the beach? Or are you really just dreaming to have the freedom to walk it? Tell me, comment below. Let me know what your feelings are on this. I'd love to understand it a little bit more. And we had a great end of the meeting. We actually delayed owning that piece of the beach to continue to have the freedom to walk it. I'm Scott Danner with Freedom Street Partners. Thanks for joining me.